Are you an empath who has trouble not absorbing the shitty energy in your environment? If so, you're definitely going to want to watch this video because it's going to help you to understand some different things, 5 things that you can do to not just absorb energy, to not just take on energy, but instead to shift it and to release it and to imprint your high vibration frequency on the environment around you so you become an empowered empath. My name is Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a divine freedom and clarity coach. I help people get freedom from their past, their traumas, their wounds, freedom in their life, and clarity on their highest vision and purpose. Now, before we start, I just want to let you know I'm doing free breakthrough calls. There is a link pinned in the comment section below. These are amazing 30-minute calls where we will go over your vision for your life, what's stopping you, and the things that you can do to finally step into your power and your authority. Now, let's get started. So let's talk about when the energy in the room sucks and you're an empath. What do? A lot of times with empaths, we tend to revolve around the energy in the room or our environment. So if something's really difficult, if it feels really dense and gross, we leave or we get frustrated or we absorb it. These are all things I spent so many of the past 15 years doing. And what it can leave you feeling like is a victim, a doormat and a sponge. And that's where the stigma around being an empath comes from. We often hear about empath only from the identity of being disempowered. But the other side of the empath is the superhero. It really is. It's the magician, it's the witch, it's the energy master, it's a divine, sovereign creator, God, creator, goddess in a human body. Because when you have sensitivity, either way, the other side is also true. Within every polarity is the opposite side of the polarity. So if you're hypersensitive, you have the ability to feel all the dark stuff, and you also have the ability to transmute all of it and feel all the light stuff as well. In many of my other videos, I've talked about being an empowered empath. I've talked about the necessity to heal your inner wounds, your traumas, and all of those things in order to stop taking on energy. I'm not going to get so much into that in this video. What I am going to cover are 5 things that you can do when the energy in the room sucks. The first thing to understand before we get into the 5 things is, as an empath, it might be wise for you to intuitively ask before you go anywhere if it's in your highest good to go. Now, if you go and it's not good, there are still things you can do about it. But you do want to sort of monitor if a scenario has benefit for you or not, because I can tell now I'm getting so sensitive and aware as to whether something's in alignment for me or not. Like if I walk into an event that I don't belong at, I just immediately get frustrated because I'm not supposed to be there. You can still do things to shift the energy, but if you're not supposed to be there at all, maybe you just want to leave. But it's not because you're a victim. It's because you're realizing and using your discernment to ask if this is in my highest good or if it's worth my time. And if it's not, why are you going to waste your time there? So that's the first thing. Now, if you walk into a space that has a lot of dense energy, what are 5 things you can do? Number 1, say no to absorbing the energy. As empaths, we're super sensitive. We're really good at feeling, detecting, being aware of the energy in our environment. And that's a gift. What we don't realize a lot of times is that we don't actually have to absorb everything. You can absorb something if you want, and if you don't, say no. You actually have a choice. And this is one of the consequences of believing that the empath is just this disempowered thing. There's no freedom of choice. You believe you just are this way. You actually have an option of whether or not you want to imprint your frequency on the room or absorb it. So if the energy sucks, if it's dense, if it's gross, say no, I am not taking any of this on. Instruct your energy field not to absorb the energy. And notice what happens. It's not your responsibility. Number 2, this is something you can do. Ask to have the room cleared. You can ask to have the vibration of the room switched, raised, healed, whatever you want. Call in your higher self, call in spirit guides, call in angels, whatever you work with. But the trick here is to understand that you're asking something else to clear the room. You're not running the energy through your body, through your nervous system, and transmuting it for everybody else in there. Okay, you're having something higher and greater than yourself come into the room and basically clear it out. Number 3, the third thing you can do, send love. Send everything love. When you send love, not human love, not like, oh, poor baby, let me love you, like a mother who feels sorry for someone, because that's going to create sympathy and it's going to cause you to absorb the energy. When you send infinite, divine, unconditional love into the environment, it begins to shift it. And it also serves as a protection, because there are things you can do to ask for protection in your energy field to unlink from bad situations. But ultimately, the single greatest protection is love. If you're radiating and beaming love all of the time, nothing's going to be able to fuck with you or get to you. So ask to send love. The number 4 thing that you can do when the energy in the room sucks is look at what part of you is drawing in or magnetically attracting the energy that you don't like. Understand that it is not your job to heal anyone else or to heal their energy fields, but there is something in you that is drawing it in. And connect with that part of yourself and use a Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So if there's like a lot of grief that you're feeling come toward you, ask what part of you has grief that's magnetically resonating with the grief in the room. And you can do the Ho'oponopono prayer on yourself. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, for all the parts of you that are a vibrational match for the energy in the room. Now, this will not necessarily make it so that you don't feel anything ever at all, because as empaths, we do detect and sense, but it will stop you from absorbing it and taking it home with you. And the number 5 thing that you can do to not absorb the energy in the room when it fucking sucks is it's about seeing the divine in everybody. So we can resonate with the lower frequency vibrations of people or an environment, or the higher frequency vibrations of the environment. So when you see the divine in every single person, you start to resonate up there with them. And you can ask to have their higher selves come in to the room, into their body, to clear any negative energy present. It's kind of similar to asking for the clearing, but you're actually using their higher selves. And what you're doing then is you're strengthening your ability to see the empowerment in yourself, to see the empowerment in everybody else, and to actually kind of set an intention to have them heal themselves instead of you doing it for them or taking on their energy. And this will help to shift the room as well. Now, it helps to know that if you're super tired, if you're super drained, it may be a little difficult to do this because your body has to be at a certain vibratory frequency and with a certain amount of health to do this. So if you're totally worn out, if you don't feel well, then you may need to just leave. Sometimes you just, it is best to just leave. But as you understand these concepts, that you're not disempowered, you're not weak, you're not a sponge, you're not a victim, that as you heal yourself, you heal your wounds, you heal your traumas, and you understand that you have a choice in the matter, and that you have this ability to transmute and clear and call in things to shift the energy around you, and that ultimately you have the ability to imprint your frequency upon the reality instead of absorbing it. As you develop these skills more and more and more, you will do that, and less and less and less will you be the victim and start absorbing all the energy and need to leave. Okay, so let me know how this goes for you. Please let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I do have a free energy clearing in the description below. If you want to download it, it will help you do some of the clearing on the trauma and the wounds. You can see some of my other videos about empath empowerment to get more on this topic. And until next time, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Peace.